Hey guys, it's Will. Welcome to the channel. I'm a part-time day trader trying to become a full-time. And if you guys are interested, you guys can join along with me. It's a new week, Monday, February 24th. I did take a trade and recently I've been taking more trades. We can see that all of last week I took 4 trades, which that is crazy because I haven't taken 4 trades in a row since probably October, which that is a long time. There's more opportunities in the market, and I'm also changing up my setups a little bit. I'm changing up my strategy a tiny bit, so that's probably why I am taking more trades. But it's most likely due to markets presenting more opportunities because the market is going up and down, and that's when my strategy is more presentable, when there's more volatile movements and actual breaks of markets, actual break of key levels, and then I have more opportunities to take more trades. If you guys watched my last week's videos, there was a lot of things going on last week. I was changing my strategy a bit. It's the same strategy, but I just kept tweaking it a bit because of market structure. And now I'm trying to go back to what I normally do and not really take a lot of trades like I did last week, and I want to simplify it again. I didn't think I was going to take trades today, but again, the market is presenting more opportunities, so I had to just take it. I'm going to break down this trade live. I'm going to journal it live and show you guys how I journal it. So the trade was 13 bucks. I did a SPY put, which was a short, and it was only 18%, which is normally not what I look for. I look for 2 to 1s, which that is a 60%. But I'll show you soon why I only sold at 18%. I'm gonna go click on this trade. I already uploaded it, so it's not gonna be anything here. This is TradeZella, by the way. I'm going to add my setup, which was a short. I don't think there was any mistakes, so I'm not gonna put any mistakes for now. Custom tags, I would say it's probably A minus. And then my playbook, I have a lot of playbooks here, but I only use 2 now. I only use break and retest long or break and retest short, so I'm gonna play short. And these are my criterias. I honestly don't really play around with these anymore. I just enter them just to enter them. Maybe that's not a good idea, but I don't really look too deep into this. I mainly look into the charts and how the charts look. So I clicked on these. I chose the ES, and the NASDAQ is rejecting supply levels, signs are rejecting key levels, and the market is near or at demand zone, so that's why I sold out where I did. I'm gonna go to my entry right here. My entry was 10:26 and I got out at 10:30, and then now I'm gonna go to trading view. I'm gonna show you guys where I got out, where I got in, but first I want to show you guys the market structure. I want to show you guys the 30-minute structure of what happened. We did have a big downtrend. We just broke market levels. If you guys remembered, it tanked a lot on Friday, and today's Monday, so that's why we are around this zone right here. We're around this zone. What happened on Friday was that we opened around this area right here. We opened around this area, and what we look for is break and retest. So this is the previous day lows, which was Thursday right here. This was Thursday. What you can do is wait for the break. So it did break the market, and then once it starts retesting that level, once it starts retesting this level, you put your stop loss there and you wait for the continuation to go further down. And you can see that it's the same in every market. This is the ES right here. It broke. You start seeing rejections, and you play short there. You put your stop loss right above that line and you wait for the continuation. It's the same thing in every market. Breaks this level, retests the level, goes back down. It breaks this level, retests the level, and it goes back down. And that's the previous day low. If you're trying to long the market, then you look for the break and retest of the previous day's high. During that day, I was trying to long the market. I was thinking that it could be a potential long, but I did not wait for confirmation, so I lost. At the end of the day, I did that short after, and it worked out nicely, but it wasn't enough for me to break even that day because I took too many losses basically. And coming in today, we see the exact same thing. We look for the exact same setups every single time. We look for breaks of markets, we look for breaks of key levels, and then we retest and do long or short. We see that the market on Friday, it held this level right here. It held this level, it held these levels, it held these levels. So what do? I could long it if it gets back to that level. If it gets back to this level, I can just long it right here. We can see that the pre-market is around this area right here. It's around this area, it's around this area. And then when the market opens, I can wait for it to get back to that level, get back to this level, and then play a retest long. I had to look at if the market is going to really hold that zone, and then I can long it. But if it's weak like today and it breaks the level, which it did, it broke that level, I try looking for rejections of this level, and then I'm playing short right here. So now I'm going to go to the 2-minute chart and show you guys what happened today. This is my 2-minute chart. All these zones right here are all green. If you go up here, then they become red because there's the supplies, because we open up at this area right here. So technically this area was green at first. That's the demand zone. I could have switched it later once it broke down this zone, and I can switch it to red, but I normally don't do that till the end. So coming today, where the market opened was around this area right here. I'm not going to short the level because we haven't broken previous day's lows. We haven't broken any market yet. I want to see actual breaks of key levels of the levels that I charted. So I want to see at least a break of this level. It did break the 602 level, but I'm not going to short it because at that time we are still above this zone right here. We're still above this zone, and we're still above this zone. So I'm going to short it, but it could potentially get bought back up, and there's no point of shorting it because key levels haven't been broken yet. And maybe last week I would have tried it, but I really want to wait for confirmation now. I have to really pay attention. I gotta really focus and make a conscious effort to change my market structure, change my, basically just focus overall and not take many losses. So it kept breaking down further. It actually did break this level now. At that point, I can look for a retest short. I can look for this break right here, start retesting the level, and if it fails, then I can just short it. But we can see in the other markets that we just completely just tanked down. There's no actual retest level, so I did not take the trade and I just waited. If there's no setups, then I can't take it. I can't just chase the downside because it can just get back in my face and I'll lose. Then the markets, which is the QQQ, it breaks down this level and I can wait for another short entry. I can wait for a retest short. It did break down, but then I got back up right away, so there's no point in shorting it. And it started holding these demand zones on the market. You can see the SPY held random zones. The SPY probably held is because of these zones right here. That's why it held. And right here for the ES, this area was the previous day's lows. This was the pre-market low that I was looking for. If it breaks, I can look for a short, but I did not really get enough confirmation. By the time the ES started breaking down this zone, which is what I was looking for, but that's when it was getting to this demand zone and it was getting to this demand zone. And if we go back to the 30-minute chart, this is what I'm talking about. This was the 60-20 level that I was looking for it to break. It did break the level, but at the same time, it was holding demand zones on the other areas of the market. It was holding the NASDAQ, it was holding the SPYs. So I did not want to do it. So that's why I wasn't confident on taking it. And this break right here was actually a good break. Like this big candle right here was a good break. But as you see, the next couple candles, it started breaking down a lot. And it didn't give me a retest, so I did not take the trade. All the markets started bouncing and I could potentially long it after it gets above this demand zone. It's because they reclaimed the 521.50 on the QQQ and it reclaimed back above the NASDAQ level of this demand zone. I can't long it yet. It's because we are still under this demand zones. We're still under levels. I wanted to reclaim and then I can potentially long it. So at first I was thinking maybe I can long it, or this could be a potential rejection play, but I don't want to play the rejections yet. It's because we are now above demand zones. I don't really want to do that now. But I started seeing failures. I started seeing failures of this ES right here, the candles right here. Then I had an idea of shorting it. But I know that sometimes when the market goes straight up like this, when there's strong markets, it goes up like this. It can reject a little bit. It bounces back down and then it goes back up. So that's a strong market. I see it right here. So I don't take the short yet. I don't take the short yet because we are still above this key level here. We're still above this demand zone. And this zone I have here on the ES 599 and 598, it can hold this zone and this could potentially be the break, retest, and long. Then I started seeing the market get bought back up, but then I started seeing more failures. And you can see that the NASDAQ started failing this level again. And then I decided to play the short there. You can see that the market on the QQQ is still above this zone right here, but it started rejecting this 50 SMA right here. So I thought it can go back down. All the markets don't have to exactly align, but if most markets do, if your confirmation does, and you are confident in the trade, then you can take it. And you just gotta take your shots. If it's a good setup, you take it. You can always win, you can always lose, but you can learn from every single trade. You can see that the play was actually working out. Like my entry was on this area right here, and then you can start seeing that it started sliding slowly. I could have got a 60%, I could have got a 2-to-1. When you see the live recording, you're gonna see that I'm at 40%, but then I somehow got lower. I got 18%. This is why I was getting out. Even though it looked pretty good, even though it looked like it was working, the action was pretty slow. It was pretty slow around this action because I was thinking that I can get back to this low right here. I can get back to this low and this low right here, but we see that the market did get back above the QQQ on this zone and it could potentially hold. You can see that even though it's going down, it's still holding, and that this market could actually go back up. So once I started seeing the slow action, I decided to just sell out. I only got 18%. I could have actually get the full 60%, get a good trade, but I was trying to protect myself more. And if I did lose, that would probably hurt me more when I was already in a good trade. Even though it's not my exact profit target, I would rather have more wins and actually win trades than take losers. just because I was not protecting myself and I was not respecting zones. So I rather just play it safe. And right now it's about like 12 p.m. right now. You can see that it did get back above this market right here. We don't take longs right here. We don't take longs right when we see the breakout because it can go back down. We want to see a proper break like it did. So it did a proper break, and then it started retesting this level right here, and that's when you can take your long entry, and then you can get a good reward to up to this level, and that's a good play. We don't want to get it too early. It's because we can see that it breaks above. This is not even a strong break, and then gets bought back below. But we also play other markets. We look at other markets, we see that we're still below it. We're still below the demand zones. We still haven't reclaimed, so we shouldn't take the long. It takes time and experience to look at the charts and know what you have to look for. I mean, it's already been a year for me doing this. Although my strategy changes over time, it's not a full year of just doing the exact same thing. I changed my strategy, I changed my setups along the way. It takes a long time to master, because if it was that easy, then everybody will be making money. Everybody won't even be working. This is why it's a skill. You have to master it. It takes time to master a skill. If you ever heard of the saying, to master something, it takes about 10,000 hours to master something. And I haven't even put 10,000 hours into my charts. I haven't put 10,000 hours in journaling. I haven't put 10,000 hours in waking up every day or charting, doing all the technical analysis, all that type of stuff. I also heard from a YouTuber that one of his comments said, how do you get so good at editing? How do you edit so fast? And he was saying, it's because I edit it every day. I make videos every day, and I probably edited more in 1 month than you did in the whole year. And that is crazy to me. It's because he uploads every day. He makes, let's say, 30 videos in a month. That's probably like 1,000 hours of editing in a month. And the person who commented probably only uploaded maybe 20 videos in the whole year, and they only edited like, let's say, 500 hours, and that's in the whole year. So it really does make the difference when you have time on your side. You have more experience in the markets, and you can always improve over time. Just because you experience something for 5 years doesn't mean you are a master at it. You can always learn something new, and let's say in 10 years you can be way better at it. You have to always just keep improving, and you become better at it. Now I am going to show you how I journal my trades. I'm gonna go back here like I showed you guys earlier. My entry was 1026 and my exit was 1030. So I'm gonna go to TradingView. This is how I normally do it. I take this arrow right here, I go to 1026. I took it on the SPY and the ES, so that's where I'm gonna go chart it. This was 1026, this candle right here. I'm gonna zoom in a bit closer, and I'm gonna put it as a green color because that's where I entered. And my exit was, I said 1030, right? So 1030 put as a red. I also put my candles on the other markets too, because I can also do it on the QQQ and the NASDAQ as well. Just to know in the future that where I entered and where I exited. So that's where I took my entries. The red arrows right here, and the green arrow is where I entered. I can change this color too, but I don't really need to, because I know that where I entered was here on the green arrow. Okay, so I just go up here, I copy my image, I go back to my charts, and I just copy it here, and basically you can type whatever you want. I can say like, I waited for proper confirmation. And I was also thinking that I could long the market. I didn't want to have two biases. I was thinking of shorting it at first. I didn't want to just switch right away, because I was thinking that it could hold the market. I was thinking that this break of the NASDAQ could slowly just retest this level, because it's retesting this 598 zone, and it can just go higher. But I don't want to switch my bias. If it rejects that level, then I would have been right at the first place. I would have been right shorting it. So I didn't want to switch. If it got strong, if it was really strong after, then I'll just say, okay, I don't take any trades. But if I keep switching my bias just because I might think this, I might think that, then I'm just gonna lose. I don't want to lose too much. I want to just focus on what I was thinking about. And if it doesn't happen, then I don't take that trade. I can just go back here and just write that. I'm just gonna copy this whole thing as well, and I can write more things as well. But I am going to go to my session recap, create a new session, which is 24th, and I can write my overall day. I can just post it here on my trades taken, and I just have it right there. And I did change it up a little bit, but you guys can do whatever you guys want. I can post my pre-market pictures, and then I can put my market structure, my aftermath thoughts on the market. And that's basically how I journal every day. If I don't take any trades, I still take a picture, I still take screenshots of the market, and then I post it there. You can see I have every single day here. If I don't even take a trade, I still post it. I can always look back on my trades and see and backtest my journaling. That was the recap of today's session, and now I'll show you guys the live video.
Autofilled. Autofilled.
And what I like to say is how you do one thing is how you do everything. Keep staying disciplined, keep staying consistent, and let's just get 1% better every day. And I'll see you in the next one.